Gusto mo ba pumunta ng Canada pero hindi mo alam kung ano yung mga in-demand jobs dito na high-paying as well? Well, in this video, I have 6 on my list na mga high-paying jobs dito sa Canada and also they are in demand. I will also include rates and also some websites at the end of this video para makapag-apply na kayo if ever you are within these roles. So, if you would like to know these things, please watch until the end. So, dahil nag-a-advance na nga ang technology natin these days and Canada is one of the countries na hindi talaga magpapahuli when it comes to technology, and also there are aging population already, tumatanda na yung mga ibang workers, and of course also the dynamics that's happening all over the world. That's why these jobs are in demand here in Canada right now. The first one is technology and IT professionals. Yes guys, hindi magpapahuli ang mga IT dahil as you may know already, ang mundo ay nag-i-evolve na talaga and we have this technology advancement everywhere. And as I've mentioned earlier, Canada is one of the countries na hindi nagpapahuli when it comes to technology advancement. So, if you are a software developer, data analyst, cybersecurity expert, AI engineer, or a cloud architect, you have a high chance to come to Canada and settle here with a really good salary. And during my research guys, I also discovered that these roles can also get a permanent residency faster than any other roles out there. So if you are an IT professional with programming skills and data analysis expertise and also other relevant skills, you can get a competitive package here in Canada. Salaries are ranging from 80,000 to 120,000 a year. Of course, that depends on your experience and specialization. Number 2 is healthcare and medical specialists. I think we all know that doctors, nurses, and other medical specialists here in Canada and other Western countries has high salaries. So if you're a physician, surgeon, specialized nurse, pharmacist, or medical technologist, you can start researching on how to come to Canada and transition and work with the same profession so that you will get a lucrative pay. Why did I mention research? Because hindi po kayo agad-agad na magiging doctor or nurse or pharmacist dito sa Canada if you are one in the Philippines. Dahil meron pong mga regulatory bodies dito when it comes to these types of professions. You will probably undergo into examinations, some English exams, and also probably more education. And the salaries for these roles in Canada are ranging from 70,000 to 200,000 per year. I think 200,000 is kind of conservative na because in my opinion, I think surgeons will be well paid and I think 200,000 is just on the lower end. You have to start your research now, gather documents, and also obtain the requirements that they need so that you will have the LPN or are entitled here in Canada when you land. The third one is engineering managers and specialists. Dito sa Canada, ang oil industry ay isa sa pinakamalakas na industry. And if you can get a role in a company na nasa oil industry, ay malamang malaki ang sasahurin mo. But what I've noticed is that hindi masyadong maraming engineers dito sa Canada, guys. Dahil yung mga engineers na galing sa labas ng Canada, for example, from the Philippines, ay hindi agad-agad na maging engineer dito. As I've mentioned earlier in the medical professionals, I think you will undergo into some sort of exam or something like that. I'm not sure with the specific roles because if I have to research all of it, it will take a long time. But one thing is for sure, in Canada, these roles are being regulated by their respective regulatory bodies. Some examples of these roles are engineering managers, mga petroleum engineers, mga mechanical engineers, and also civil engineers, of course. Dahil dito, construction is also big. They are constantly building infrastructures dahil ang Canada, guys, ay isang napakaluwag na landmass and only a portion of the landmass, maliit na portion lang ang may mga buildings, may mga bahay, may mga population. So there is a lot of room for infrastructures to be built. That's why Canada needs a lot of engineers. And the pay grade for these roles are ranging from $90,000 to $150,000 per year. Number 4 is financial experts. The financial sector will always be one of the cornerstone of a country's economy. That's why a developed country like Canada will always need data analysts, portfolio managers, investment bankers, and also actuaries. These roles will of course need deep understanding of financial markets and also risk management. That's why they are paid well. And the salary grade for these roles are ranging from 70,000 to 150,000 per year. It depends on your performance and seniority. Number 5 is natural resource professionals. Canada is rich in natural resources, guys, just like mining, forestry, at saka petroleum. Dahil as I mentioned earlier, dito sa Canada ay maraming oil and also maraming forest, especially in the BC area and upper area of Canada. And of course, mining. Nagmamine ng, for example, potash dito sa Canada. So because of that, Canada needs a lot of geologists, mining engineers, and also environmental consultants. Ang salary naman itong mga job roles na ito ay ranging from 80,000 to 130,000 per year. Nakadepende yan sa specialization mo at saka sa location. The last one is the legal and regulatory experts. Ang legal and regulatory landscape dito sa Canada ay constantly changing, kaya in demand dito ang mga lawyer, affairs managers, and compliance officers. Malaki talaga ang kikitain dito sa Canada if you are a lawyer, for example, because even someone who will get a mortgage will go to a lawyer, and on our experience, we paid the lawyer about $2,000. So imagine if you're a lawyer in a small community and then like everyone goes to you, so 2,000 even times 10 lang, guys, is 20,000 already. That is if you have a firm. That's why meron pa din expenses dyan, just like you will pay for your staff and also for the rent of the office that you are renting. But if you work here in Canada for the rules that I've mentioned earlier, ang pay range ay 70,000 to about 150,000 a year. So to sum it up, if you work here in Canada in the industry of technology, healthcare, engineering, finance, and natural resources, ay medyo malaki talaga ang kikitain ninyo, especially if you are a professional, not just a worker or a laborer. Some of these roles, just like IT professionals, you probably won't need to undergo some sort of certification so that you can work here as an IT right away. So I would suggest going to, for example, Indeed and find an employer there. LinkedIn is also one of the great sources of job postings when it comes to these roles. So if you're, for example, a software developer in the Philippines, you can go and find employers in Indeed or LinkedIn. I've heard people that were successful in acquiring employers, especially in the IT field, from Indeed. So if I were you, I would start job hunting there. And also you can go to the specific job postings of a province here in Canada. Just like, for example, in Saskatchewan, we have sasjobs.ca. And guys, that's all for today. I hope you find this video helpful. And if you do, please subscribe and like this video. And I will see you on my next one. Bye-bye.